What's up?
Are we recording? I don't know if I'm gonna get this question right. Are we recording the actual time or like Joe's time? We thought they switched it.
On the long sheet, you're saying?
Yeah.
It should be time into the period.
Time
So
into the
so
period.
so not it's 20 minutes minus whatever's up on the clock.
Time into the 20 minutes. Okay.
So yeah, she has to do some math. I don't think we told her about that. Yeah, so she's good to go.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us here at GoValiants.com for tonight's men's hockey home opener between the Manhattanville Valiants out of the new United College Hockey Conference and the Morrisville State Mustangs out of the SUNYAC. Season opener for both teams here at Playland Ice Casino this evening. Valiants coming off a 14-11-1 season last year. Mustangs coming off a 5-16-4 season. We are just about underway with Corey Anderson and Nick DeVito facing off. Morrisville State controls in the early going. Puck deep into the Manhattanville zone. We have an early whistle here, less than 10 seconds in. Get the starters quickly for both sides. For the Mustangs, Nick Hotton and Max Sund on defense. CJ Stubbs, Ryan Bockert, and the aforementioned DeVito at forward. Backed by Jared Young in goal. Get the Valiant starters in just a moment. Valiants control. Now the Mustangs control. Into the Valiant zone. Tyler Fever coming out of the Valiant net. Plays it out. Loose puck controlled. That's DeVito. Shot on net and just wide of Fever. Valiant control now. Look to set up the offense. Patiently waiting with it is Oscar Arfeld. He'll leave it for Anderson. This pass in, knocked down. Anderson with a little forecheck and controlled now by the Valiants. Moves puck back to the Mustangs. Here's a dump pass in. So we have some early changes here for both sides. Mustangs control. That's Aiden Connolly, knocked off the puck and controlled by Anderson. Anderson ahead for Berglund. We have a whistle. Appears to be an illegal pass on the play. Starters for the Valiants, who have since changed lines, were Stephen Gall, Corey Anderson, Jared Martin, Arfeld, and Timmy Garbenius in front of the aforementioned Tyler Fever. Another face-off coming here, controlled by the Mustangs. Shot in, and Fever grabs and will hold on to that one. Ian Wood trying to catch Fever by surprise with a shot from the blue line, but Fever equal to the task. Creating another face-off in the Manhattanville defensive territory. Puck back to the shot, tip deflected, in front, shot just wide. Morrisville State applying some early pressure here. Shot goes across and controlled by the Valiants. Here's Matt Lippa coming in. Lippa on the rush. His shot saved by Young. Lippa, the leading scorer last year for the Valiants, looking to strike early here in the season opener. Mustangs control. Puck dumped in and dumped all the way back by the Valiants. Michael Hennekins plays it around. Valiants looking to keep it in. And they do. That's Timmy Garbenius. Loose puck. Dragged down by Arfeld. Freshman Nick Bomarito sees his first playing time for the Valiants here. Shot in front. Saved by Young. Kevin Lapato looking for that one. Backhanded shot blocked. Lapato again. Loose puck in the corner. Fight for it. Lapato got a first stick on it, but initially controlled by the Mustangs and finally controlled by the Valiants behind their own net. Garbenius tries to get around. He cannot. Loose puck in front. Shot deflected wide. Mason Corliss had a good look, but just deflected wide at the last moment. Mustangs still control now. Loose puck. Loose stick on the ice as well. Puck finally played around and back. Controlled now by Corliss in the corner. Puck played around and controlled by Garbenius. Here's Bomarito crossing center ice. Bomarito past the blue line. Tried to go 1-on-2. Couldn't split the defense as the Mustangs take over. Pass dumped in. Fever will Purdy's going to control it. Might have had the puck knocked away there, as Jeff Beck tracks that one down in the corner and lost his footing on that one. Mustangs control now, but the Valiants keep it in the slap shot, saved by Young. Jared Martin denied by Young. A back and forth battle here in the first 3:39. So we have another face-off, this time just in front of Young. Face-off won by Manhattanville. Ryan Anderson with it now. Pass in front. Shot deflected wide. Jared Martin had another look, but knocked away. Pass back in. Controlled by the Mustangs. Gall applying some pressure. Anderson as well for the Valiants. Dumped in, and here's a 2-on-1 for the Mustangs. Shot on goal, saved by Fever. Rebound in front. Goes wide. Mustangs still control. Shot blocked in front. Both Martin and Joel Knight in the vicinity of that block shot. Not quite sure who got a body on it. This puck finally controlled by the Valiants. Here's Knight, pass ahead, looking for Martin, but out of reach and controlled by the Mustangs. Garbenius grabs just past center ice. Tried to get it to Matt Lippa, but pass knocked down. Mustangs control now behind Manhattanville's net. Pass back to the blue line. The Mustangs looking to keep the pressure early here. Eric Berglund applying some pressure here for Manhattanville. Mustangs waiting behind their own net. Dane Moore will wait for his opening here. Berglund and now Lippa charging hard as Moore comes out. Ryan Anderson leaves it, and we have a whistle and not sure if that was a penalty or an illegal pass. We'll wait for the official ruling on that one. No penalty, just remains 5-on-5. Face-off won by Lapato, back to Waltott. Mustangs control now, and puck grabbed by the Valiants. Here's Bomarito up ahead for Brian Platt. Platt dumps. Mustangs will track that one down. Here's Platt with it again. Over to Bomarito. Shot on the line deflected wide. We have another face-off as some extracurricular activity here between Platt and Sund. No harm, no foul. Keegan Davis, another Manhattanville freshman, will take the face-off here. Puck loose behind the net, and our first penalty of the game. Casper Durson guilty of that infraction. Morrisville State on the power play now. Durson guilty of tripping shortly off that previous face-off. As the Valiants will look to kill the first shorthanded opportunity of the season. Valiants had an 81.4% kill rate last season. 114 out of 140 killed. Look to replicate that here. Pass in front, backhanded just wide by DeVito. Pass back to the blue line shot. Snared by Fever. Bradley Hefner looking for a wrist shot in traffic on that one. But Fever equal to the task as the teams will get some fresh legs in there. For the face-off, 2 Fevers left. Face-off won by Berglund and the puck cleared by the Valiants. 12:50 left in the period, 1:03 on the power play. Again, no score here early on between the Manhattanville Valiants and the Morrisville State Mustangs. Season opener for both teams. Here from Playland Ice Casino in Rye, New York. Just a few miles off the Manhattanville campus. As Jeff Beck, great physical battle won there as the Valiants will controlling a shot from the blue line. Grabbed by Young. Corey Anderson, a slap shot snipe with momentum, but Young equal to the task with the glove save. There's another face-off here with 12:21 in the period and 34 seconds left on the power play. Face-off controlled by the Valiants. Axel Waltott dumping it in. Anderson's pass wide, but controlled by Waltott. Anderson will swing it around here. Kevin Lopato applying some pressure here as the Mustangs look for one last rush here with 10 seconds left on the power play. Fever controls and will send it way back down the ice. All the way to his counterpart will knock it wide. As the Valiants kill their first penalty of the season. And a shot on goal and save made by Young. Joel Knight in close, the quick wrist shot. But Young in good position there, denying the sophomore from Stony Creek, Ontario. Setting up another face-off. 2 Youngs left. Face-off controlled by the Mustangs. Kenny McLean, sophomore for the Valiants, on the ice now. Unsuccessful on that last face-off. But the Valiants control now. Pass up ahead, deflected by Berglund. He'll track it down. Find the net, will wait, and pass controlled. In front, shot deflected. Knight had a good look, deflected wide. Valiants continuing to apply pressure and flying over Young that time. My goodness. Looked like the aforementioned McLean might have been Matt Lippa. But in any case, glad to see everyone skating off the ice on their own 2 feet on that when you see a number of fluke injuries on plays just like that with bad landings. Face off to Young's right. Valiants initially controlled behind the net, but loose puck controlled now. Now loose puck taken away and shot on net deflected. And controlled by the Mustangs. Anderson looking to strike again. But denied by a team defensive effort there as we have another whistle here. And here's the puck might have gone out of play on that last one. Face off again to Young's right. Lopato to take against DeVito. And now DeVito being swapped out for CJ Stubbs as the Mustangs control. Puck along the sideboard, but stays in. Here's the powder behind the net. Leaves it in front. Shot deflected wide. Bomarito. That last attempt. Some excellent stick handling there shown by DeVito, getting around the check, flying, ball maintaining control on that one. The loose puck finally controlled now by the Valiants. Ahead to Bomarito. We have a whistle here. Fever lets that shot go by. Some heavy hidden action early on here, just shy of the midway point of this first period. Both teams a number of good looks early on. But both Young, Fever, and more importantly, the defense is equal to the task on this one. A number of block shots here early on. Valiants, of course, killing that earlier Morrisville State power play. Chance almost snuck in there, but knocked aside. Jimmy Philbin, the junior from Morrisville State, almost with a very sneaky goal that time, as we have another whistle and stoppage of play. We will wait for an official word. As Nick Houghton will go to the sin bin for 2 minutes, as Manhattanville will go on the power play for the first time tonight. Two minutes for interference, as it's now the Morrisville State penalty killing unit who will get their first test of the season. Valiants will wait. Loose puck controlled by McLean. Knocked off. McLean chases it down. And puck controlled again by the Valiants. As Marco Ferraro brings it back in front of his own net. Here's Lippa bringing it up. Down cross center ice. He'll reset and wait. Leaves it for Ferraro. Ferraro near the blue line. Shot in front. Deflected wide. Ferraro across to Lippa. Lippa across. Shot. Save made. We have another whistle. Puck appears to go out of play. Kenny McLean, the look from up close on that last one, but Young equal to the task, as the Valiants will bring out Gall, Anderson, Arfelt, Garbenius, and Platt with this face-off. Face-off won by Manhattanville. Here's Arfelt. Arfelt for Garbenius. Garbenius to Gall in front, looking for Platt. Pass wide. Morrisville State looking to clear, but Manhattanville will keep it in. Here's Garbenius, right at the blue line. Across the country made Arfelt. Back to Garbenius, in front, looking for Platt. Pass just wide as another shot. Save made. Goal on that one. Puck finally cleared as Fever comes way out of his net. We'll send it back down, trying to catch Morrisville State in the middle of a line change. Here's Gall. His shot knocked off. Loose puck just in front of the net. Controlled by the Mustangs. 2-on-1 here. Garbenius back for the Valiants. Shot. Save made. Save made again. Is some pushing and shoving going on that one. John Lauer with two chances at a shorthanded opportunity that time, but Fever in good position. Keeps the score 0-0 here. 7:45 left in the first. 5 seconds left on Manhattanville's power play. Face-off won by Manhattanville. Axel Waltop will leave it. Jeff Beck almost had a breakaway. Now he's got it with 2-on-1. Power play ends. Shot in front. Save made. Rebound just too far for Manhattanville. Keegan Davis almost had an outstanding rebound opportunity from up close off the initial shot from Beck. But again, the score remains nothing here. 7:20 left in the first. Morrisville State controls now in their own end. Pass the middle, goes through everyone and all the way down for Fever. No icing called. Fever will leave for Knight. Here's Ferraro. Ferraro ahead. Some heavy hitting from both sides here. Valiants had a number of opportunities literally checked away from them on that last rush. Fight for the puck on the far side. Knocked loose for Knight. His shot from the point. Save made by Young. Knight from just past the blue line had a dead-on look, but Young was equal to the task as Knight's second shot goes out of play behind the net with 6:13 left in the period. As this Canadian-dominated Manhattanville State team, 9 Canadians, 7 of whom dressed tonight, all with one opportunity after another early on here. As the Valiants control in their own net. Garbinius keeps it in. His pass intercepted by the Mustangs. Loose puck taken away by Garbinius. These for Platt. Platt to Lopato. Lopato brings up his shot. Save made by Young. Raymond Pomerito. Knocked wide and controlled by the Mustangs. DeVito brings it up. So dump, and the Valiants will control. Garbinius again. Cross for Lopato. Lopato back to Garbinius. Garbinius couldn't get around the two Morrisville State defenders. But the loose puck remains with the Valiants, now with the Mustangs. Anderson checked off the puck. Pass for Lane Martin goes long. And icing will be called. 5:06 left here in the first. Again, we mentioned the 9 Canadians, 7 of whom are dressed for the Valiants. Morrisville State, not shy Canadians themselves, 7 on their squad, 5 of whom are dressed tonight. Face-off won by the Valiants. Jumping point deflected wide. And the loose puck will be tracked down by Gall, co-captain on this Valiant team along with Berglund. Puck behind the net controlled by Waltott. Valiant control now behind the Morrisville State net. A lot of bodies piling up back there. No whistles just yet. Loose puck taken away by the Mustangs. This puck will go out of play. And that will allow the 6th-year head coach of the Valiants and former player himself, Arlen Marshall, to get some fresh legs in there. McLean back on the ice, along with Ferraro and Knight, to name a few. Luppen, Berglund, the other co-captain, back out there as well. Morrisville State controls now, coming out from behind their own net. That's Nick Russo, pursued by Berglund. Russo will dump as Berglund sends him to the boards to the light. The Ice Casino crowd here in Rye. Morrisville State still controls. Loose puck behind the net. Knight appeared to send that one down the ice. No icing called, though. Russo will dump again, as Garbinas will track it down with 3:20 left in the first. Arfelt for Beck. His pass knocked down and tracked down by Arfelt. Arfelt along the boards. We have a whistle here, and here's we have another penalty coming here. Nick DeVito, guilty of that latest infraction. Appears to have committed a slashing penalty. We'll wait for the official announcement. It is indeed for slashing. So the Valiants will go on the power play for the second time tonight, unsuccessful. Their first attempt, both teams 0 for 1 on the power play tonight. Here's Gall controlling on the left side around the net. Shot in front. Save made by Young. Gall, the senior from Downers Grove, Illinois, showing both speed and patience on that last one, bringing it across from right to left, then circling around behind the net. Somehow found himself with an unblocked look on Young. But Young, the sophomore out of Pueblo, West Colorado, equal to the task. Shot in front, denied by Arfelt. Platt's shot denied by Young. Arfelt again, waits. Shot blocked. Gall behind the net. Out to Platt. Platt to Arfelt, right back to Platt. To Gall. Gall waits, some pressure being applied here. Gall back behind the net. Out to Garbinius. Wrist shot. Deflected wide. Ian Wood looked to have got a body on that one. Down, still control. Gall now back at the blue line now. Brings it up the left. Looking for Anderson in front, but pass just off the mark as the Mustangs will clear the puck here with 40 seconds left on the power play and 1:49 left in the period. Both teams with line changes here. McLean back with it. Across to Lipa. We have a whistle here for, appears to be an illegal pass. Clock stop with 29 seconds left on the power play. 1:38 in the period. Berglund, Ferraro, McLean, Martin, and Lipa on the ice now for the Valiants. McLean cannot win the faceoff, and that will allow the Mustangs to clear it once again. Fever up behind the net. 20 seconds left on this second Manhattanville power play of the night. Puck dump once again. Fever again up behind the net. We'll leave it for Ferraro. Cross time for McLean. Last shot of the power play. Save made by Young. Loose puck grabbed with Berglund charging hard. Right at the end of the power play. McLean had one last good look from the center of the ice. But Young equal to the task. Score remains 0-0. 1:06 left in the period once again. Loose puck now controlled by Beck. Platt to his right. Beck around. Briefly lost it, but leaves it now for Altott. Altott's pass around. No Valiants in the area. controlled by the Mustangs. Dangerous pass. Young needing to stop that one. 35 seconds left in the first. Valiants had it, but Mustangs grab and dump once again. Under 20 seconds left in this opening 20-minute session. Loose puck now controlled by Lapato. Lapato with Durson right behind him. Durson on the side. Lost it, but kept in. Durson with 2 seconds left. As the period ended, but no horns sounding. A confusing situation here at the end of the first. The clock went down to 0, but no horn went off. Look at the end of period stats. 18 shots on goal for the Valiants, just 5 for the Mustangs. Young and the entire Mustang defense doing an outstanding job this far, dealing with the constant Valiant pressure coming from all 4 Manhattanville lines. And there is the horn a few minutes late. Both teams have already cleared the ice. We'll step aside for a moment. We'll return for the second period in a few minutes. But again, the end of the first period. The Manhattanville Valiants and Morrisville State Mustangs in a scoreless tie. You are listening to Manhattanville Hockey here on GoValiants.com. Be back in a few. And welcome back. Thank you again to all of you who have chosen to spend even a portion of your Friday night with us here at GoValiants.com. Adam Ryder coming to you live from Playland Ice Casino. Quick first period stat recap for you here. 18 shots on goal for the Valiants, 5 for the Mustangs. 14 face-offs won for the Valiants to 11 for the Mustangs. We are underway here in the second. Mustangs control early on. Morrisville State on a power play here, as at the end of the period, Casper Durson guilty of a slashing penalty. So 2 minutes here for the Mustangs on the man advantage. As the puck cleared long down the ice by Corey Anderson. Won 7 of his 10 faceoffs in the opening period. Mustangs on the rush again. The right side, that's Stubbs. Stubbs, a hard check there from Jeff Beck. So the Mustangs control behind their own net. 18:50 left in the period, 50 seconds left on the power play. Valiant control once again. Here's Brian Platt racing up the left side and trying to get by Lane Martin. Couldn't, but maintained and almost hit Anderson on a quick hitter across the middle of the ice just in front of the net, but Mustang defense holds off that rush. And Haunton will look to set up this for the Mustangs. Puck dumped in. Haunton controls right at the blue line. Shot in front. Never got to the front. Blocked. Haunton controls again. Under 10 seconds left on the power play. This Martin shot deflected and caught by Young. Valiants 2 seconds away from calling their second shorthanded opportunity of the night. The Valiants have also had a number of shorthanded opportunities to go in front, but Jared Young equal to the task for the first 22 minutes of action here. Penalty does end, as back to full strength goes Manhattanville. As Marco Ferraro controls and leaves for Lipa. Ferraro with it again all the way across to Berglund. Berglund controls across center ice. Berglund across to Lipa. Lipa shot. Deflect just wide shot in front. McLean denied. Loose puck behind the net. Controlled briefly by McLean. Checked off, but McLean staying with it. Back out to Knight. Knight shot. Knocked away by Young. And the puck dumped behind the net. Controlled by the Mustangs as Lipa comes flying in with some pressure. On the net now, Lipa looking for an opening, but cannot get through. As the Mustangs control and bring it back across, that's Patrick Smith. Smith dumps as the Mustangs will change. Garbini's pass up ahead, looking for Platt, but icing will be the call instead. face off to Tyler Fever's left here. Won by Mustang, shot blocked. Controlled by Ferraro, he'll dump. Berglund couldn't get in time. Mustangs control across. Shot goal blocked. And another whistle. Timmy Garbini is sacrificing his body on that snipe from John Casper, sophomore out of Pittsburgh, PA. .16-28 left here in period number 2. Face off now to Fever's right. Won by Morrisville State. Shot deflected wide. Casper again looking for an opening. Loose puck. 2-on-2 battle for it in the corner. And taken by Garbinius, who will dump around. Look for Brian Platt instead. It's Bomarito, across. And Bomarito leading the 2-on-1. Creates the first Valiant goal of the season. Kevin Lapato, 18, feeding 19. Talk about making an impact in your first game. Bomarito with some veteran play there, patiently waiting for the 2-on-1 to develop. As Lapato puts the Valiants in front here. .356 into the second. The Valiants finally go in front here. That was freshman feeding senior on that one. As the Valiants go in front here, 1-0. Last shot by the Mustangs denied by Fever. And right at center ice, down goes Jared Martin as some extracurricular activity here, staved off by the refs. As we'll await the official word here. The refs pulling both captains aside here, Berglund and Wood. As we have the first 4-on-4 of the night, double penalties on this one. So the official call again, the double penalty on Gall and Houghton. They will both sit for 2 minutes, so we'll play 4-on-4 for the next 1:44 now, 14:54 left in the period. Fours across the board here. Face off one, back to Knight. His shot blocked wide and controlled by the Mustangs. We have a whistle and a dangerously close hitting after the whistle on that one. Is Berglund the recipient of a check from his captain counterpart, Wood. But no penalty given, just another face-off here. controlled by the Valiants. That's Platt, who cannot get around, gets a double check for his trouble from Moore and Wood on that one. Platt looking like a pinball, but stays on his feet as the Mustangs control. In the corner, Lane Martin giving chase. Arfelt trying to keep him off balance. Opportunity in front, and Martin had a wraparound into sights, but couldn't control the puck all the way through. Valiant control, shot on the other end. Grabbed by young Garbenius. Denied and knocked down for his troubles as the extracurricular activity picking up here. Just shy of 6 minutes into the second, as Matt Lippa, again, last year's leading scorer for the Valiants, as Platt will be whistled for the penalty here, so we'll have 58 seconds of 4-on-3 play. So a 4-on-3 man advantage now for the Mustangs, controlling across center ice. Arfelt, Anderson, and Garbenius, the three Valiants on the ice now. Under 30 seconds left on the double penalty, 1:30 left on the Platt penalty. Stubbs controls now across for Hefner. His pass back, and oh my goodness. Ryan Anderson stopping what would have been an open net opportunity for Stubbs, and he's shaking his head. He knows he had it on that one. But Anderson keeping the Valiants in front here, as Fever was not going to get across the net on that one. As the double penalty comes to a close, we'll have 5-on-4 now for the next minute. As Fever getting into behind the net, manages to get back in time. Pass in the corner as Waltott with a big check into the boards. Hefner and Stubbs, a two-man game. Hefner shot blocked across center ice. That's Durson giving chase. Durson on net, and his shot couldn't control it all the way through. Loose puck, battered across by Durson. Under 20 seconds left on the power play, 12:22 left in the period. Berglund controls now. Shot in front. Rebound denied by Young. Durson just overskated that one, as the Mustangs now come back as the power play has ended, and almost immediately after the power play ends, we have another whistle. As Kevin Lapato will head to the box. The Valiants penalty killing unit getting their work in on this second period. So Lapato in the box for the next 2 minutes. The Mustangs with another man advantage as Fever with a little forearm shiver there for Lane Martin. Guilty of the offsides on that one. Stopping a potential breakaway for Martin as he was closing fast on Fever. Pays off now from just past the blue line. Anderson, Martin, Knight, and Ferraro, the four on the ice now for the Valiants. Ferraro looked to clear, but the Mustangs keeping it for now. Pass back to the point, controlled by Sund. Pass in for Martin. Knocked down, end. Played behind the net. Here's Martin. Looking for an opening. Back out to Sund. He shot wide. Might have been looking for a deflection that time, but Wood couldn't get a stick on it. Loose puck now. Tracked down by the Mustangs. Houghton and Sund, two-man game as the Valiants will switch here as Jeff Beck right off the bench looks for a big check. Martin now behind the net. At least for Philbin. To Houghton, across to Sund. Pass deflected. Beck had it for a second. Ferraro looking to clear, loose puck. Briefly controlled by Knight. He'll leave it for Ferraro as he will clear with 17 seconds left on the power play. Mustangs, time for probably one more rush here if they hurry. Berlin back in. Even chase DeVito. He'll dump. Arfelt will track down for the Valiants. Who kill another power play. Chance in front. Denied. Garbinius that time getting in the middle of that. Another chance. As Bockert's slow shot grabbed by Fever, and Bockert gets a knockdown for his trouble. 9:41 left in the second. As McLean wins that faceoff for the Valiants. And will track on loose puck across center ice. Lippin to his left, around defense, his shot. Correction, no shot. He held, comes back around. Now the shot blocked side. And some extracurricular activity on the far side between Lippa and Patrick Smith. And it looks like Smith will be guilty of a penalty here, so the Valiants will go back on the power play. Look like hooking on that one. It is indeed hooking as the Valiants go on the man advantage here. Garbinius across to Arfelt. Arfelt in for Platt. Loose puck. Shot by Gall, denied and cleared by the Mustangs. Arfelt tracks down behind his own net. Gall, Platt coming back to join him. Arfelt intercepts the clear, brings it up the right side. Arfelt across for Platt, just missed the quick hitter. Garbinius keeps it in. Pass deflected and knocked back past center ice. Arfelt will track down. Ahead for Gall. Anderson right behind him. Gall around, waits across. Deflected wide, end. Cleared by the Mustangs just under the stick of Gall. 8:18 left in the period. 55 on the power play. Ball will go to the bench. McLean and Berglund back in. Garbinius controls. Now ahead for Lipa. Lipa speeding up the right side. Around behind net. Out for Ferraro. Ferraro right back to Lipa. Ferraro again. Look for McLean, couldn't find him. Ferraro. Shot deflected over. Looks like a delayed penalty coming up here. Lopato coming in off the bench. Whistle, and we will await the official word on this. Here's Gall in front. Arfelt missed on the slap shot. Hennigan's guilty of that last penalty as the Valiants get a second chance here as the Mustangs clear the initial penalty. Mustangs clear now. 7 minutes left in the period. 1:21 on the power play. Here's Arfelt bringing it up. Deflected right back to the Swede. Now here's McLean on the right side. McLean around net. Waits for an opening. Will not leave. Looks like he's going to leave for Ferraro. Now cross to Arfelt. From the point across to Gall. To Ferraro. His slap shot. Glove save made by Young. Ferraro from the far side face-off circle. Got all of that slap shot. But Young equal to the task, keeping it just the 1-0 deficit for the Mustangs. That it is. 6:30 left in the period. 52 seconds left on the power play. Those of you just joining us, Kevin Lopato from Taylor Bomarito, our lone goal in this one. Here's Berglund behind net. Out for Lipa. Lipa shot. Blocked right back to him. Cross for Ferraro. Lipa now with it. Across the ice. As Berglund looked for a quick wraparound, but couldn't sneak it past Young. Bachert getting a body on that last shot by Lipa. Some excellent defensive efforts here from both sides. Bachert and Ryan Anderson from Manhattanville both sacrificing their bodies here in the second period. Face-off played back to Ferraro. Now Lipa. Cross for Ferraro. His shot. Just high, controlled by Lipa. His shot. Save made by Young. Rebound. Looks like Martin went wide. McLean and Berglund collide. Lipa controls. His shot. Save made by Young. Matt Lipa, 15 goals a season ago. Looking for his first of the night here. Denied on several opportunities here by Young. As Jackson, Lopato, Platt, Bomarito, and Walton on the ice now with 6 seconds left on the power play. 5:44 left in the period as Bomarito got a shot on goal off the face-off won by Platt. Mustangs clear that last penalty. And now look to clear the zone. Jackson couldn't get to that one. Puck goes over the boards. Both teams unsuccessful on 5 power play opportunities tonight. Outstanding job by both penalty killing units. The lone goal tonight, an even strength goal again. Lapato, first of the season, off the assist from Bomarito earlier in this second period. As the Mustangs briefly controlled, as Jeff Beck looks to keep it in for the Valiants. As we have a whistle and a penalty upcoming, we'll wait to see who it's on. It is on the Valiants, as we have had an injured Bradley Hefner on the ice, but Hefner will be able to skate off under his own power. We'll await the official call as to whether that's a minor or a major, but appears an imminent penalty upcoming for a to-be-determined Valiant. It is a 2-minute minor for a boarding assessed to Casper Durson. His third penalty of the night. So 2 more minutes on the man advantage for Morrisville State, and again, a lot of extracurricular activity off of the trek into the boards by Anderson. As Martin will go to the box for 2 minutes. As the Valiants will now play 2 men down for the next minute 54. So back-to-back boarding calls in the span of 6 seconds. As the Mustangs control now off the face-off. Stubbs, shot just wide, rebound. Blocked away. Adams had his shot denied. As Ryan Jackson will dump, allowing Berlin and Waltz to go to the bench for Knight and Beck. Mustangs again, ahead on the rush. Stubbs puts the brakes on it briefly, across for DeVito. DeVito ahead for Lauer. Here's Hefner. Across to Stubbs, waits in front. Shot. Several shots and saves. Save after save made by Fever. not allowing any opportunities from up close. The junior from Whitby, Ontario. More than equal to the task tonight, especially these last 40 or so seconds on the 5-on-3 disadvantage. The Mustangs control once again. There's Hefner. Hefner from right shot, deflected. Grabbed by Platt, looked to clear but could not. Loose puck in front. One-timer denied. Stevie Ray Adams denied again by Fever. Hefner across. Shot from Stubbs, goes wide left. Mustangs control. Here's Stubbs again. Shot across, save made by Fever. The sprawling save across the net. Adams has found his place on the ice right outside that left post, but Fever keeping the Mustangs off the board here through the first 122 of this 5-on-3 disadvantage. 30 seconds left on the initial Durson penalty. Mustangs control once again. Connolly across shot. Deflected wide. Controlled by Houghton. Across to Connolly. His shot just wide right. Valiants cannot control here, but they're doing a good job of holding for the time being. Shot in front, blocked away by Fever. Durson's penalty ends. As does Anderson's. The Valiants hold on the initial 5-on-3. An outstanding defensive effort all around as a big check by Durson. Takes down Wood. Can imagine he's happy to be back on the ice, and he let Wood know it on that one. Mustangs control now across the blue line. Waltott holds and clears as the ref jumps out of the way of that one. McLean giving chase. Moore tracks it down. Gall on the right side. Checks Hennekins off the puck. Gall went looking for Lippa. Couldn't find him on that one as Waltott and Lauer give chase on the far side. Lauer goes down. No indication of a penalty. Lauer certainly looking for one. Lippa controls now across the blue line, looking for Jackson. McLean in the same area. McLean denied. Goal in front. He scores! Stephen Gall, the senior co-captain, in the right place at the right time on that one. As McLean and Jackson converge together. Gall following the play. Buries one in the top left, his first of the season. Assist to McLean and Lippa on that one. A busy second period here for the Valiants. 2 goals, managing to kill a near 2-minute 5-on-3 advantage for the Mustangs. As Knight brings it up, waits. Across the Bomarito shot, blocked in front. We're under 45 seconds left here in this second period. As Bomarito controls, brings up the right, waits across for Lapato. Young poked it away. There's a 2-on-1 with Garbinas coming back. The Mustangs as Fever turns away DeVito. Shot in front. Oh, Fever almost surprised on that one. Martin with a wrist shot as he was leaving the ice. The Fever equal to the task. 5 seconds left in the period. Bomarito dumps it down. The horn sounds, and through 2 here at the Playland Ice Casino. On the strength of goals from Kevin Lapato and Stephen Gall.
33-14.
2 of just 5 seniors on this Manhattanville team, showing the young guns, the 13 juniors especially, how it's done. Putting the Valiants up 2, headed to the final 20. As a complete team effort so far in the first 40 minutes on both the offensive and defensive ends. Again, we mentioned Ryan Jackson blocking an otherwise open net earlier on in this period. And again, Tyler Fever keeping these Mustangs off the board thus far with a series of outstanding saves. Keeping the 14 Mustang shots out of the net thus far. As the Valiants head to the locker room, now up 2. Again, just 20 minutes left in this one. At the second intermission, here in Rye, Manhattanville has gone in front 2-0 on Morrisville State. We will step aside and return for the third and final period. You are listening to Manhattanville Hockey here on GoValiant.com. We'll be back in a few. And welcome back. Thank you once again to those of you who have chosen to spend even a part of your Friday night with us here. A couple of scoring changes from the second period. The Kevin Lapato goal. Assists have been given to both Taylor Barmarino and Brian Platt. And Stephen Gull's goal has been recorded as unassisted, so no assist to Lipa or McLean. If you're underway here in the third, again 2-0 lead for the Valiants. Mustangs control now. Crossing center ice as Garbenius lost his stick and appears will be whistled for a tripping infraction. So the Valiants, who spend the majority of the second period killing off one penalty after another, including a 5-on-3 for a minute 54, will start the third here on the shorthand once again. Morrisville State controls the faceoff now in the man advantage. Shot from the point. Blocked by Anderson. Denied DeVito on that one. As Waltott and Platt in the vicinity of the puck, but Mustangs control. DeVito from the right side again, in front, shot, and off the rebound. John Lauer finally gets the Mustangs on the board. DeVito will get credit for the assist on that one. As the Mustangs trim the Valiant lead to 2-1. The referee's looking to separate some bodies here. We have another penalty. This one goes against Lipa. So the Mustangs, fresh off a power play goal, will look to cash in again, looking to tie it now. The Valiants looking to hold now their 2-1 lead. Lipa guilty of boarding on that last infraction. As Beck and Garbenius will go to the bench for Martin and Durson. As Durson clears, minute 15 on the power play. Both sides will switch up once again. Near platoon swap for the Mustangs. Looking for fresh legs on the man advantage. That's DeVito crossing center ice, gets around. Martin's attempt to check. Will leave back for Hefner. Looks like it went off his skate into the corner. Tracked down and not quite cleared by the Valiants. Shot in front, blocked by Durson coming across. Shot in front again. Anderson denies. Cross shot, denied by Fever. Rebound. Bottled up. Stubbs had a chance in front on the rebound, but Fever getting the blocker on it and pouncing on that one. Stop the clock with 17:27 left in the third and 37 seconds left on Lipa's penalty. Face off to Fever's left. Comes out to Hefner. Hefner across for Stubbs. Loose puck across the ice, controlled briefly by Beck, looking clear. Couldn't get it out of the zone. Hefner controls again. That got a stick on that one and won't track it down, but will allow the Valiants to reset for the time being. And puck all the way in will be an icing. And will allow the Valiants to get some fresh legs out there. Berglund and McLean coming on now. Bit of a height difference there between the 6'3" Berglund and the 5'8" McLean. Berglund will now replace McLean in the face-off circle. We have a bit of confusion here. Refs getting together. We'll wait the final word as the ref skates to the scores table. No harm, no foul. 8 seconds left now on Lipa's penalty as we have a quick whistle off the face-off. Just 2 seconds coming off the clock on that one. 16:56 left in the third. We'll face off once again. Won by the Mustangs. As the Valiants kill the power play again. Loose stick on the ice. See who it belongs to as the shot in front denied. Rebound blocked just over the net. And the Mustangs control now. DeVito across. Leaves it, gets it back, and shot blocked wide. Lipa looked to clear, could not. Bergen got a stick on it. Dane Moore slaps it back in, allowing both sides to change lines here. Ferraro dumps and heads to the bench. Mustangs control again. Pass briefly intercepted by Arfeld. He had it knocked away. Gets it back and dumps behind the Mustang net. Platt giving chase. Puck finally controlled by Arfeld. He'll dump it in once again. Dump and chase game being employed here by the Valiants. Garbinius knocked it back into the zone. Platt and Bomarito both giving chase. Arfeld looking to keep it in. Comes out to Garbinius. He'll dump and head to the bench. Fresh legs all around for the Valiants. Gall, Anderson, Waltott, Martin, and Jackson all coming on now. As Jackson controls and leaves it for Waltott. Waltott looking for Gall. Nick Russo getting in on the action just underneath our booth here. Valiants controlling now. Pass in front for Gall, denied by Lauer. We have another whistle as Lauer was bringing it in to the Morrisville State offensive zone. As Keegan Davis returns for the Valiants along with Beck, Durson, Knight, and Ferraro. Dumped in by Knight. Davis giving chase. Ferraro's pass intercepted and controlled by Smith. Smith across for Adams. Adams in. Shot deflected over by Fever. Well, Adams kept Fever busy for the better part of the second period. From just out front to Fever's right and looking for a quick opportunity 6 minutes into the third, but Fever equal to the task. As the faceoff comes to Fever's right now. Won by Lopato. As loose puck now all the way back across the ice. Controlled by Knight, going behind his own net. Up ahead now for Bomarito. Bomarito on the rush. He's got Lopato to his left. His shot. Knocked away and controlled by the Mustangs. Coming right back. Here's DeVito. Cross for Stubbs. A cross shot just wide from Bockert. Mustangs looking to keep it in, but Lopato a good job of clearing that out. Shot deflects just in front of our booth here, but stays in. Connolly brings it up now. Dumps in. Fever controls behind his own net. It's Garbenius to Arfeld, who thought about a dump, but instead leaves it. Looking for Lippa, but controlled now by Bockert. Loose puck, played across, the shot deflected and controlled by Arfeld. DeVito's shot dangerously bouncing at Arfeld up to the task, grabbing that just in front of Fever, and now leading the rush on the right side. Looking for McLean across, his pass just in front. Berglund looking to keep it in. Briefly does. McLean fighting for it. Pass comes all the way back to Waltott at his own blue line. Jackson couldn't get it in. Waltott will track down. They head for Berglund. Berglund looking for Lippa. Can't win the chase for the puck, but Waltott does. His shot deflected and snared by Young. Waltott had a look, but Young off the deflection makes the save with 12-13 remaining here in this final period from Playland Ice Casino. 2-1 in favor of the Valiants, who win the faceoff. Behind the net, Anderson fighting for it. Couldn't corral it. Puck deflected around. Bit of a collision between Waltott and Martin. Shot in front. Just wide off the stick of Soond. Shot again in front, and Fever snaring that one out of midair. Fever telling Young, anything you can do, I can do better. As both goalies' glove work being tested in the last 60 seconds or so. As the refs wave off an attempted change by the Valiants. Bit of confusion there, but away they go, and right off the faceoff we have another penalty upcoming. Looks to be again on Manhattanville. As Corey Anderson will head to the box. We have a double penalty. It'll be a 4-on-4. Ian Wood whistled for the penalty as well. So 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. So hooking on Anderson and unsportsmanlike conduct, the call on Wood. More whistles here, 11 seconds into the double penalty. 11:52 left in the period. There's a lot of confusion as to the location of this upcoming face-off, as both players and refs approaching center ice. And now it's getting back to where they initially started the stoppage of play, to Fever's right. Lapato, Berglund, Knight, and Ferraro on the ice for the Valiants. Mustangs win the faceoff. Ferraro blocks it behind his own net. Started out, but now waits. Berglund coming back, and Ferraro leaves it for him. Berglund speeding up the left side. In on net, his shot. Save made and held by Young. Berglund made a rush and got a good look from up close, but Young in position. Denies the junior co-captain from Sweden, keeping it 2-1 in favor of the Valiants here. Morrisville State controls and brings it up the far side. As Garbenius and Hefner in a battle for it. Gall finally comes away with it for the Valiants. Navigating around several Mustangs, but his pass intercepted and played all the way back in. Gall couldn't track it down, and a dangerous opportunity for DeVito. Shot deflected wide. Pass in front. The wide. The shot denied. Connolly and DeVito applying pressure off the initial missed clearance from Gall. Shot right in front, and DeVito with an open net waited a second too long. The shot deflected wide. Connolly will fake and leave it around. Hefner will keep it in. Shot in front. Fever again with the save. Every Mustang on the ice getting a look on that last rush. Stubbs, Hefner, Connolly, DeVito, all with opportunities. Fever denying all of them. With 10:33 now left in the third, and 30 seconds on the double penalty, the 4-on-4. As Jackson couldn't quite clear it all the way out. Pass dumped back in. Jackson will track down with Bockert hot on his heels. Jackson will leave for Waltott. Waltott will wait. Under 10 seconds left on the 4-on-4. As full strength play resumes here. Waltott pokes it across to Jackson. Jackson up for Lippa. Lippa just in front of Lapato, who had a good look otherwise. Pass goes all the way across, and the Mustangs will control. Martin will dump Fever behind the net. Knight gets it across to Beck. Puck goes right in front of our booth here, stays in play. Shot from almost center ice by Martin. Fever will grab and leave. Beck now up the left wing with it. Beck shoved out of play as the Mustangs regain control again. That's Philbin on the side. His shot right into the chest of Fever. Philbin had a look coming across the blue line on the right side. But Fever, as he has done on a number of occasions tonight, keeps the Mustangs off the board with 9:05 left in the third here. As three of our officials tonight have made their way to the scores table. We're right underneath our booth here. We'll await further word on the current situation. Quick recap of the scores for you. Lapato and Gall each striking in the second for the Valiants. Lauer getting the Mustangs on the board here in the third. Again, season opener for both teams here at Playland Ice Casino. Adam Ryder bringing you all the action tonight. Steve Sheridan, our official score tonight. General confusion across the board as to the current situation right now. As Manhattanville head coach Arlen Marshall, a discussion here with a pair of our officials, who will have a word with Mustang head coach Kevin Krogel, who, like Marshall, in his 6th season at the helm. Krogel, an 07 graduate of Utica. Marshall, a Manhattanville alum, class of 2010, as his assistant. Artem Gumanyuk, class of 2011. As a 5-minute major has been assessed on Kevin Lopato. We'll await further word on exactly what led to it, but a 5-minute disadvantage now for the Valiants. As the Mustangs will look to equal on the power play once again. Loose puck in the zone, controlled and not quite cleared by the Valiants. Mustangs hold once again. Shot from the point, deflected wide. Hefner had a look, blocked aside. Mustangs still controlling. As Garbinius lost sight of the puck for a second and across, and beautiful hip check by Beck, but I appear to have spoken too soon on that one. As Beck will join Lopato in the box. Lopato, by the way, guilty of slew footing on his 5-minute major. So Platt, Waltott, and Anderson, the three on the ice now for the Valiants. Tripping assessed to Beck. Houghton and Soon, a 2-man game. Shot deflected wide from Houghton and cleared out by Waltott. That allowed fresh legs and Anderson for the Valiants. Houghton poked aside, whistle, and another stoppage of play with 1:33 left on the 5-on-3. Then it'll be almost 2 minutes after that as Anderson off the faceoff clears it down the ice. Heads up play there by the junior out of Bakersfield. Joined by Garbinius and Arfelt. Arfel controls now. He'll dump. Anderson will head to the bench for Platt as we have another stoppage of play. With 7:09 left in the third. 1:09 left on the double man advantage. And then will be another minute 55 on the Patos. Again, 5-minute major for slew footing. Mustangs control now. DeVito bringing it up. Platt goes down. DeVito holds, crossing center ice across the left. Platt comes across and clears it. Platt and Arfel will head to the bench. Jackson and Waltott return. Loose puck. Waltott tracks down. Clear to the side and cannot be cleared. Mustangs control now. Adams from the left, blocked away by Waltott. And cleared. Waltott using every inch of that 6'5" frame on that last one. Hefner will bring it back across. Leaves it for DeVito. DeVito to center ice. Across to Stubbs. Back to Hefner. Back to Stubbs. Stubbs in front, looking for the quick hitter, and Adams just off the mark. Beck comes back in. It's now a 5-on-4 cross, and tying it up on the shot just inside the right post. C.J. Stubbs. Right as Beck was coming back on the junior out of Pleasant Grove, Vermont. Ties it at 2 with 5:56 left here in the third. So Lauer and Stubbs both finding pay dirt here in the third for the Mustangs, who have tied it at 2. So after a scoreless first, we've had 4 goals in the last 35 minutes here. As we are right back where we started, all tied up, 2 goals apiece, 5:20 left in this one. Shot all the way down. Icing will be called. With 5:14 left in the third and 1:09 left on the Patos' 5-minute major for slew footing. Beck wins the faceoff, but Mustangs quickly grab control. Loose by now control by Platt. His shot deflected wide. Platt, Beck, Ferraro, and Knight on the ice for the Valiants as the Mustangs bring it up the left. Puck dumped in. Controlled by Wood all the way back to blue line. Shot deflected wide. Soon's shot looks like it was deflected wide by his own team. As Beck will clear for the Valiants. No icing called. Durson, Martin, Arfelt, and Garbenius. 4 on the ice now for the Valiants. Still 25 seconds left on the Lapato penalty. Durson clears long. We have another penalty upcoming on Manhattanville. Shot just wide from Smith. From Lauer, excuse me. Clock stops with 3:49. We will await the official call. As Oscar Arfelt will head to the sin bin for interference with 3:49 left. Valiants will look to kill another penalty. Again, both Morrisville State goals tonight coming on the power play, so a crucial minute 48 upcoming for both sides. Again, under 4 minutes to go, all square at 2. Lauer brings across, tries to get by Waltott. Waltott the check into the boards, but Mustangs control. Out to Hefner. Cross to Lauer, back to Hefner. From the point, deflected wide and out of play. 3:13 left in this one. 1:24 left on the Arfelt interference penalty. Again, for those of you just joining us or who might have joined us late, Lapato and Gall scoring for Manhattanville in the second. Lauer and Stubbs tying it with a goal apiece here in the third. Here's Hefner. Cross shot grabbed by Fever. Nick DeVito denied. 1:08 on the Arfelt penalty. 2:57 left here in the third. Face-off upcoming, 2 Fevers left. One back to Hefner, to Lauer, cross to DeVito, who shot. Blocked by Knight, right back. Wrap around, denied, and have another whistle. We'll await the official call here. Looks like a net might have come loose on that one. In any case, face off to Fever's left, goes all the way back. And controlled by the Mustangs. Pass dumped in, controlled by Garbenius. Loose puck cleared down the ice by Knight. Martin will give chase. Puck controlled by Hefner. Martin backs off as Durson applying some pressure now. DeVito speeding up the left side with it. Tries to get around Anderson. Anderson whistled for the penalty. 2:10 left in this one, as the Valiants will play 2 men down for the next 21 seconds, and then it'll be a minute 39 on the single man advantage as Anderson heads to the box. So another 5-on-3 for the Mustangs. Jackson guilty of interference on that last one, as we have a timeout here with 2:10 left in the third. Team will return to Playland Ice Casino for back-to-back UCHC games, November 10th and 11th. Both games scheduled for 7 o'clock starts. Newman will be coming in November 10th. Stevenson, November 11th. Team returns to action on the road at Elmira 1 week from tonight. As we are ready to return to action here. Off the timeout. Face off to Fever's right. Controlled by the Mustangs. Anderson lost his stick. He'll track it down. Shot in front. Blocked away by Fever. Anderson with it now. Trying to go 1-on-3. His shot. And his rebound shot denied by Young. Anderson with 2 good looks there on the 2-man disadvantage. As 1:30 remains on the Anderson penalty, as the Bounds have managed to avoid the 5-on-3 for the time being. Shot denied from Stubbs. Fever again. And the puck cleared, allowing some fresh legs here for the Valiants. Garbenius, Beck, Platt, and Ferraro. The 4 on the ice now for Manhattanville. Beck and Platt in the middle of the action. Platt keeping up the pressure. In the final minute of play here in the third. As some fans whistling for a penalty, don't get one. As Platt with a big hit and some extra activity there with Philbin as Fever comes out of the net. Risky play there from Fever, but clears it down the ice with 35 seconds left. As the Mustangs control once again. Martin dumps in. Fever goes behind the net this time. Ferraro tried to clear it out. Couldn't quite get it all the way there as Durson gets a check in on Houghton. As we have another stoppage with 8.9 seconds left as the extracurricular activity picking up once again right in front of Young. Berglund and Durson, 2 of the 4 dressed Swedish players tonight for the Valiants in the middle of the action. Arfeld and Waltop, the other 2, dressed Swedes tonight. As the Valiants finally back at full strength with, again, 8.9 seconds to go in this one. Face off to Young's left. McLean will take. Gall and Waltot up front as well. Pass to the side. Will be held. And that will do it for the third period here.
7-29. Watch a little in the third period.
That will end regulation here. Overtime upcoming in just a few moments. Adam Ryder coming to you live from Playland Ice Casino tonight. Again for the Manhattanville men's hockey season opener against the Morrisville State Mustangs. A scoreless first period seems like a long time ago. Again, for those of you just joining us or who might have joined us a little bit late, first we'd like to thank you for spending even a part of your Friday night here with us at GoValiants.com. Again, 2-2 here as we prepare for overtime. Kevin Lapato and Stephen Gall both scoring in the second for the Valiants, who took a 2-0 lead into the final period, where John Lauer and CJ Stubbs both scored to equalize for Morrisville State. Both of Morrisville State's goals coming on the power play. as Arfelt, Gall, Anderson, Garbenius, and Martin will start the 5-minute overtime here for the Valiants. Gall tracks it down behind the net. Come out in front, backhander, loose puck in front, and Martin, nearly the game winner. Arfelt controls still for the Valiants. These are for Anderson. Makes his way back to Martin. Martin out to Arfelt. Arfelt shot. Blocked and controlled by the Mustangs. Anderson all the way across to Garbenius, looking for Gall. Long pass ahead. Bockert couldn't track that one down in time. Last season, the Valiants tied only once. Mustangs drew 4 times. Season opener, obviously the first overtime match of the year for both sides. As McLean got a body on that one and has Berglund to his right, in on goal. In front, looked for Lipa, but just in front of the junior from Richmond Hill, Ontario, as it comes all the way back behind Fever now. McLean back to grab once again and look to start a rush. Lost the puck for a second as the ref goes down. As the puck finally briefly controlled by Berglund. Makes its way again to McLean. Look for Lipa. Unable to find him. Puck controlled behind Young by the Mustangs. And now Martin dumped in, heads to the bench. There's a platoon swap coming again for the Mustangs. Bomarito couldn't quite clear the zone. Hefner keeps it in. Knight controls now for the Valiants. Throws it up ahead. Anderson keeps it in. Here's shot wide by Platt. Might have been deflected. Valiants still maintain. Anderson looking to get it around, could not, pass intercepted and controlled. Here's Adams crossing center ice. Across. Loose puck finally. Briefly controlled by Bomarito. Crowd looking for interference on the Mustangs, not called. Puck goes back around for Fever. Halfway through this 5-minute extra session. Long pass ahead for Gall. Gall leaves it for McLean. McLean waits, knocked off the puck by 3 Mustangs. But he'll get it back. He's got Gall. Gall's shot. Just wide, loose puck controlled. Here's Arfelt. Shot blocked wide, McLean with it. In front. Knocked away. Martin had a look, denied. Arfelt controls now behind the net. Arfelt still holds. Back out for Garbenius. Garbenius in front. Shot goes wide. Martin will track down. In front. Garbenius again. In front. Just missing the quick hitter was Martin. Gall with a great look. Martin just off the mark. Arfelt still controls now. 1:30 left in the extra session. Loose puck cleared and controlled. That's Davis for the Valiants. Ahead for Gall. Gall with Arfelt to his right. Gall in on net. His shot denied by Young. Gerson and Davis try to keep it in. Davis behind the net. He'll stop. Come back around. Arfelt right in front. Waits, throws, and goes wide. Garbenius tracks down. 1 minute left in the extra session. Waltock controls the puck from the blue line. In front. Blocked away. Davis was looking for Durson. Waltock controls back to Davis. Davis across. Jackson in front. Shot save made by Young. And the activity after the whistle picking up again here. The Valiants with a number of opportunities here in the last 4.5 minutes. But Young's been equal to the task on a lot of them, and just some ever so slight mistiming on a few extra. With a roughing penalty here going against Morrisville State. So the last 36 seconds of overtime. The Valiants will be on the power play. They do call a timeout here. Jimmy Philbin, the junior out of Chicago, Illinois, guilty of that last infraction. Again, the Valiants coming oh so close, oh so many times here. Trying to get the win here on opening night for the 2017-18 season. All part of the 25-game regular season schedule. The Valiants, of course, just the one draw last year, 36 seconds away from doing so on opening night. Face-off one back to Garbenius. Garbenius in front. Gall looked for it but couldn't find it as the puck's cleared with under 30 seconds to go. Garbenius back to grab it. Garbenius with possibly the last rush of the night for the Valiants. Gall up the left side. His shot just blocked wide by Young. Arfelt will track down the loose puck with 10 seconds left. Garbenius leaves for Anderson. Anderson on the right side. Anderson in, shot in front. Grabbed by Young with 3 seconds left. One last opportunity here for the Valiants. Face-off coming to Young's left. Anderson will take it. Anderson, puck, shot, and at the gun. Lipa shot grabbed by Young. Lipa again, 15 goals last season. Almost had the winner right at the buzzer, but Jared Young and Tyler Fever putting on a tremendous display both tonight. As after 65 minutes of hard-hitting action, the Manhattanville Valiants and Morrisville State Mustangs have drawn at 2 here at Playland Ice Casino. The goal scorers once again, Lapato off the assists from Bomarito and Platt in the second. Gall adding 1 as well, unassisted. Lauer off the assist from DeVito and Adams, and Stubbs off the assists from Hefner and Adams. The goals this evening, as once again Manhattanville and Morrisville State tying at 2 here on opening night, as the Valiants showing their appreciation to their fans who turned out tonight for an outstanding back and forth battle. Once again, the Valiants back in action 1 week from tonight on the road at Elmira before back-to-back home games the following weekend against UCHC foes Newman and Stevenson Friday and Saturday night, respectively. All three of those games scheduled to start at 7 o'clock. But for this evening, for our scorekeeper, Steve Sheridan, I am Adam Ryder signing off from Playland Ice Casino, saying good night and go Valiants.